I'd like to give a big shout out to all my patrons, my Wildlings, Night's Watch, and my high tier patrons, my Kingsguard, which feature Brendan, Sarah, Pat, Nick, Oscar, Stuart, Josephine, Ikaika, Amanda, RJ, Shad, Nicoletta, Ezra, Jennifer, and Jeffrey. Thank you all so much. You're the best. Welcome back to the Fantasy Network, everyone. My name is, of course, Jimmy Nuts, and today we're going to be doing something very different. It's actually a first ever here on the Fantasy Network. I've never done a proper unboxing. I think I've done like one book haul. It's just not content that I make very often, but today's a special day because it's not just any normal unboxing. This is a major one for me as a massive A Song of Ice and Fire fan. It's my favorite series of all time, and I have ordered books 2 through 4 from Folio Society. And you might be saying, well, where's book 1? This is actually really just an unboxing for 2 through 4, but I'm going to show you book 1 as well. I actually received that last year from my wonderful in-laws as a gift, and I didn't do an unboxing for that. And I figured, well, since I'm ordering 2 through 4, let's just show off book 1 with that, and we'll cover the whole series that's available through Folio Society. This is not a sponsored video at all. This is something as a mega fan that I just wanted to get. Between House of the Dragon trailer got me pretty pumped up, but as you know, if you've been watching the channel here in October, I'm starting to reread with a couple friends, and getting back into these books lit a fire underneath me, and I said it's time to finish the collection. I saw Game of Thrones sitting there by itself in the Folio Society edition, and I said, let's just finish it out. A Feast for Crows just released like a week or two ago. So that should be a first edition, if I'm not mistaken. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the unboxing, and then I will show off all 4 of the books that are available through Folio Society, and hopefully it's a good time. And to open the box, I feel like it would be appropriate to finally find a use for this ridiculous dagger that I bought so long ago. So we're going to use this to open the box. Like I said, this is the first time I've actually ordered anything myself through Folio Society. The box is really cool. It says, As You Like It, The Far Side of the World, Post Captain, The Box of Delight. There's just a bunch of sayings on here branded with Folio Society, and it was a joy to come home and see this on the porch. Also, this thing is massively heavy, holding, you know, a Clash of Kings, a Storm of Swords, and a Feast for Crows. This thing was a workout, folks, I'm telling you. But without further ado, let's cut into this thing. Let's see what we got. Yeah. All right. Boom. Let me just stab this thing here. Ah. You know, this would have never, ever killed Bran. Just saying. It's not very sharp. I probably should have used my other knife. Oh my goodness. All right, so what do we got here? Ugh. We have a Storm of Swords. So I'm not taking them out in order clearly, but here we go. This is a Storm of Swords. That one is heavy. Some kind of folio. Oh, they send you like a little folio catalog. That's cool. They want more of my money. I don't think we're going to get... This is like Christmas and birthdays for like the next 10 years. Oh, okay. And this one is a Clash of Kings. So, as you can tell, they're uniform and they all match, which is delightful. And then this should be a first edition of A Feast for Crows. We'll see if I'm sorely disappointed, but this came out like 2 weeks ago, and it's also packaged differently, I assume because it just got released, but we'll find out once we dive into that. And I think that's it for what's in the box, other than my receipt and such. All right, so we obviously have the first 4 here. Like I said, book 1 is already unpackaged because I've owned it for about a year, but I will show it off to you. And there are gonna be a lot of the similar things about like where the markings are and such, but it's all different for each release of the book. So you can see here, we have some antlers, we have a crown, and a really cool design, and it holds it all into this box, which is something cool about this box. I'll show you in a bit, but you can see the spines are just gorgeous. I love that text. And you're probably wondering what the third thing is that's in this box. So first off, it's split into 2 volumes. The book is split in half. And as you can see here, we have the dead wolf with an antler through it from a stag. And then we have a lion eating a stag. Foreshadowing, if you know, you know, I guess. I don't want to put any spoilers. But you can see the top of the books are blacked out, like that with the pages, and then it's normal all the way rest around. And there are some just absolute gorgeous illustrations. I'll switch the camera in a little bit and flip through to show you ones from each book, but I kind of just want to unbox and show these in general right now. Also to note, and I'm wondering if these other editions, it doesn't actually look like they have them. So this actually only comes with the first book, Game of Thrones, and it's called The Known World. And what it is, it's actually a foldable out map I will say it's extremely difficult to get back in, but I'm gonna unfold it for you here. So this is the Gnome World map that comes with only a Game of Thrones that I can tell so far. The other ones don't look like they have this, which is really cool. And it has like, you know, it comes right out of the book. So you can fold it back up and put it there. I guess you could remove it from that and hang it if you want to, but I don't think that's what this is really intended for, to be honest. But I really like the color scheme of this map. There's a lot of good detail, and it's massive. Okay, and now we're gonna get to the books I've never opened before, which will be A Clash of Kings, A Storm of Swords, and A Feast for Crows. Like I said, the known world map is actually not in these. I was wondering if I would get duplicates of that, but it doesn't look like that is the case. So let's just do that. They got the little plastic film here. I'm gonna be very careful not to cut the binding, because these are like a cloth back, right? So you could, in theory, mess them up with a knife, and we don't wanna do that. All right. Take that off here. So this one, as you can see, we have the C and the K for Clash of Kings, with little things coming off of the side. Pretty neat. Oh, one thing I forgot to show you on book 1, and I'm curious to see what it goes in book 2, so I'm gonna show you this now. Do you see far back in here? The inside of the holder actually has white walkers illustrated on the inside. Isn't that gorgeous? I know it's a little bit hard to see. Maybe I'll try to get a still picture of it later, but I'm curious to see what the other ones also have in them. So back to Clash of Kings. Looks great. Same exact style there, 2 volumes. Let's see what the inside, oh my God. This is the first time I'm saying this. I don't know what any of this actually has in it. Do you see this? The Red Priestess Melisandre. Melisandre is here, and you know, the Lord of Light shines across us all. My God, that is sick. It's a full illustration on the inside of the book. I'm very excited to see what the illustrations look like in the Clash of Kings, because there's so many good scenes. But as you can see here, there is a kraken taking over a wolf. And doesn't this look like a crown wrapped around a stag fighting another stag, surrounded by fire? This is a Clash of Kings. Epic, absolutely epic. I'm so thrilled. I'm really thrilled. Hopefully I'm putting these back in the box correctly. And by the way, all of them are gonna have that black finish on the top with the normal pages sides on the other sides. Okay, and now for what I rank as my favorite fantasy book of all time, we're gonna be doing A Storm of Swords. I'm trying really hard. These books are huge. Obviously, Storm of Swords is really long. So I was wondering if I'd be able to actually fit the knife in there without cutting anything. And this one is the heaviest, without a doubt. Definitely the heaviest one of the bunch. And of course, we have what looks to be kind of like a small A wrapped around with 2 S's, which is really neat. And then we have the cool binding, which is consistent with the rest. This is really heavy. Okay, cool. My God. This illustration inside is sick. It is, let's see if I can get this lit up. It's very dark and it's very red, but it is the Iron Throne book version. So all those are swords running up to the Iron Throne on the inside, and it's Joffrey sitting at the very top with his crown all the way up at the top of the steps. This one's a little harder to see because of the color scheme, but it is absolutely gorgeous. Oh my goodness. And then for the covers, looks like a lion pinning down a dire wolf. And this one is interesting. It's on a river, and it's a dire wolf with a fish. And I'll probably show these covers again whenever I switch the camera angle and I like start flipping through, which I'll just kind of breeze through each book there. I'm not gonna be able to show off every single illustration, obviously, or this video would be like an hour long. But this one's really cool. I would say I think the best box art I've seen, and this might be the best cover art. The best inside the box art is definitely Clash of Kings so far, in my opinion. And now we're gonna get to open up A Feast for Crows, which, you know, I enjoy very much. I'm excited to get to this one on the reread, but this one should be a first edition, so I'm kind of excited to see what that looks like. I might even be able to open this one without the knife, which would be great. Yeah, it's interesting. I guess it's bound like this because it's the first edition. Yeah, so this one actually didn't have any plastic. This one was just covered in paper, which is a little crazy because it's shipped from the UK. I'm glad it's all right. And very cool. So you got a feast symbol here. It's an F. And safety first. Put the knife over. Okay. Oh my goodness. We have what I want to say it's Euron. It's someone standing within the sea calling up a kraken, and there's kraken limbs all through the box. Oh my God. The inner box art, it's almost a shame that it's so hard to see because it's gorgeous. Like even the bottom there is all illustrated. And let's see what we have on the front. Look at this. Oh man. They even have a separator. They seem like they stepped up their packaging game a little bit for this. There's a cat sitting on a direwolf with what looks to be a two-faced mask here on the front of A Feast for Crows with two different symbols. That's really, really cool. I'm going to check it for the first edition mark here in a second. And then this one looks to be a dead raven on stones above a crescent moon. Talk about symbolism. Talk about Lucifer means Lightbringer would love that. Let's see if we can figure out. I don't know which one's part 1 and part 2. Here's the book 4. Yes, this one has the prologue. There it is, first printing. I don't know if you can see there, but it does say first printing 2021 right there. So that makes me very excited. That's exciting. Let's switch it up and I'll flip through and show you some of the amazing illustrations that Folio Society has in these editions. Okay, so this is a Game of Thrones. This is book 1. This is the one I've had for about a year. Like I said, you can see these covers. They're absolutely gorgeous. So if you open it up, every book is going to have this inner lining, which is just immaculate. Hopefully this is showing it off well enough. I really just wanted to show the amazing detail that goes into something like this, because obviously they're pricey, but like these illustrations are incredible. Absolutely incredible. Jonathan Burton did these, and this comes from the London Folio Society. And you can see the font is actually consistent, which I really, really like that. This is a second printing of the one I had. And the thing I really like about these books is that each chapter, like Bran, okay, got the three-eyed raven. That's really cool, right? The text also, just this typography, incredible, very easy to read in my opinion. I'm actually, this is actually part 2, so this is part 2 of A Game of Thrones. But you can see, like Arya, we have Nymeria, right? So every single one has something like that. Eddard has a wolf, which is really cool, and a werewood branch. And Jon has Ghost. So, you know, just giving it that little bit of flair, right? And then the illustrations in here are just incredible. You know, if you've read the books, I'm not going to say spoilers, but obviously that's a pretty amazing and gruesome scene. And Daenerys has a sweet chapter marker. So that's kind of like this. Some of the, I obviously can't show you guys all of the illustrations, but I just wanted to show off maybe like one per book, just to kind of give you an idea. This, obviously, Daenerys and Khal Drogo's little get-together for their celebration of their union. Pretty intense stuff. So that is kind of what the first thing looks like. Let's move on to Clash of Kings. And here are the Clash of Kings covers. Like I said, you're going to be able to see that this is consistent. It's actually a little bit bigger here in the second one. I kind of like that more, to be honest with you. Here's the blank page where eventually I'll get George to sign my books if I'm lucky, with this amazing illustration. Oh, man. That's so good. That's too good. And then we have this. This is the second part. I think I'm just going to show off the title page of each one. Every one of these editions is going to be split, and you can see how amazing of an illustration Jonathan Burton did for these. Proper job there, Jonathan. And here we go. This is A Storm of Swords, my favorite fantasy book of all time. It looks like they stay consistent with the bigger house emblems here, which is obviously beautiful. And it looks like a raven. Oh, goodness gracious, how beautiful is that? All right, let's take a look at this. I'm kind of just marveling over these, and I wish I could show off every single illustration in these, but I think for time's sake, I'm just going to keep it kind of brief. Here's Dany, obviously. Very good. And here's the latest. This is the first edition of A Feast for Crows, which just came out maybe 1 or 2 weeks ago. And honestly, I have to say, I think that these are the most detailed covers of the first 4 that they've done. They have committed to doing A Dance with Dragons, and if we ever get book 6 and 7, we'll get those as well, which is cool. I really hope they do Dunk and Egg as well. However, oh my goodness, it just feels like there's a little bit more detail on these ones. And I don't know if maybe they did the print differently as well, but I don't know. There's something different about this one, and I really, really like it. There's a blank page where I'll get George to sign this one day. Can't say anything about this, But if you're a fan and you're looking at this, you are loving what you're seeing. Oh my goodness. I'm just marking out for this. Look at this, first printing 2021. We did it. We did it. How exciting. Okay, and we'll take a look at the other one. I want to see what this illustration is. This is the first time I'm seeing these as well, so I'm excited to go through and look at all of them. And A Feast for Crows, appropriately, in my opinion, is kind of a horror book, and these horror illustrations, I actually was talking to Patrick about this. I said the illustrations for this are just going to be incredible, because A Feast for Crows is very grim and, in my opinion, very horror-esque, and I think George does a great job in these books. This is breathtaking editions. As a huge A Song of Ice and Fire fan, this is just an incredible collection to have. I can't wait to see what they do with the Dance of Dragons here soon. And as a last shot, I just want to show off all the covers because I think they're incredible. Here's a Game of Thrones, panning over to A Clash of Kings, A Storm of Swords, and A Feast for Crows. Just an absolutely magnificent collection. And folks, I'm pretty excited. And that's going to do it for the unboxing video. I've never done anything like this before, so give me feedback on it, I guess, and also just let me know if you enjoyed this video. If it does well enough, maybe I'll do some bookshelf tours or some more unboxings, or maybe I'll even do some book hauls. I have a lot of special editions that I would love to kind of show off because I have no other use for them since I've already read them, and I can't reread until I read all these other new books I have. But regardless, thanks for being here today. I had a lot of fun. This one means a lot to me. This is my favorite series of all time. I'm really happy with the editions. I think Folio Society was extremely, careful when they crafted these, and they're absolutely gorgeous. They're magnificent. I love them. Shipping does take a really long time, so if you're thinking about these for like the holidays or something, make sure you order them probably like a month and a half in advance because these took a very long time to get to me, but they were well worth it. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Be good, be safe. Until I see you next time, remember to always keep turning the page.